Veni Vidi Vici is an upscale Italian restaurant in Atlanta. It's owned by the Buckhead Life Restaurant Group, and the executive chef there is Jamie Adams. A native of Atlanta, he was an English major in college, then spent considerable time in Italy cooking. He reveals the experience with panna cotta.
This is a very, very simple but very, very delicious traditional Piemontese dish called panna cotta, which just means cooked cream, and it's simply that. It's cooked cream with a little bit of gelatin leaves, vanilla bean, rum, sugar. Very simple, but as you'll see in a few minutes, it can be a very elegant dessert. Very simply done. We start out with heavy cream, milk, and sugar. We'll bring this to a boil. To melt the sugar. Let it simmer for just a moment. In the meantime, we'll slice our vanilla bean and allow that to steep in with the cream as well. And I have softened here, as I mentioned, 4 leaves of gelatin, and you need to only do this 20 minutes or so before preparing the dish. Gelatin leaves come up with a much more subtle and supple texture in the final product. The other gelatins can tend to get very gummy and rubbery. That's why I prefer the gelatin leaves. Okay. We'll stir it around a little bit to help shake the vanilla bean around and let it steep the cream. We're about to come up to a boil here. And as such, we'll add the gelatin leaves. Let their water drain out of them. Let too much more liquid get in there, it'll change the balance of the gelatin to liquid. Once we put the gelatin leaf in, we'll remove it from the heat and allow that to just steep for a moment.
Granulated sugar is poured into a sauté pan and will be caramelized.
Right into the pan.
The caramel will be poured into the bottom of oven-proof ramekins.
Now I've taken with this dish a traditional Italian dessert, which I'm going to combine with my mother's old pecan cookie recipe from New Orleans, where she's from. Let's combine the two classics and come up with something new.
The sugar has caramelized and the chef stirs continuously.
We want it to be a nice deep golden brown. You don't want to get it too black. It gets very bitter and unpleasant. You want to be sure that all the little granules are dissolved. Okay, now we're ready to go into the ramekin. Very careful with this so it behaves in a dangerous manner. You can't let it get on yourself at all. It'll burn you very badly. Okay, just cover the bottom of the ramekins like so. And I have done a little bit more sugar than I needed. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to combine, this is my pecan brittle that we're going to I've just simply poured pecans into the pan and poured them out and let them cool. Now at this point, we can't forget to add our white rum to the mixture. Want to extract bean. At this point, we'll pour the cream directly into the ramekin, right over the sugar. Fill it up to the very top. And we're going to allow that to cool.
The baked pecan cookie is cut for presentation.
Press down with the other. Very gently. We'll just allow that to cool. Panna cotta. I'm going to swirl this over the flame for just a second. Turn this over on the plate. Voila. Panna cotta. Some of the caramelized sugar drip out. So, and here I have prepared one of our cookie rings. I'm going to take just little pieces of our crocante and place them on top, around. Just little pieces that go very well with the flavors in there. This is a dessert also that needs no sauce. Mint leaf. There we go.
Thank you.